Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another vlog. Feels like I haven't done this in a long time, so it's good to do this again. Today I'm going to take you on a photo shoot. I am working with a bake shop dessert company that also has a restaurant. I've been working with them for a couple years now, and we're going to do a photo shoot with some of their desserts. It's going to be going on Goldbelly, so I'm going to take you along with me. As you can see, I took my backdrop with me. I have my lights. I have a bunch of stands with me. So let's see how it goes. All right, let's go. So we're here, check it out. I got my stand, I got my backdrop, a mic stand that I'm gonna use to hold that sheet right there to diffuse some light. And then I got a bunch of stuff in the back. Ooh, they're looking at me. Got a bunch of stuff in the back, so let's go ahead, let's set up, and then I'll just take you through the whole process. Let's go. Guys, we're back in the studio, and I kind of just wanted to go through some of the things that I brought with me and my mindset during the photo shoot. So the key light that I used was the Godox LC500R. It's the tube light that I'm using right now. It's lighting up the backdrop purple. I used that, and I had a microphone stand, just a regular microphone stand with a transparent sheet to diffuse the light if I needed it to. And I had borrowed a panel light, an LED panel light as the fill light, just to lighten up the shadows that were there. And I had a smaller ring light at the bottom under the table shining on the backdrop to kind of lighten it up because it was a dark gray color. And my camera settings are usually set to manual, especially for this photo shoot when I'm dealing with food photography or product photography. So I primarily use autofocus, especially with video. You know, whenever I'm vlogging, you want the camera to focus on the face and recognize that. So then, you know, the blurry background, all that stuff. But then when I'm doing photography, I started out doing autofocus as well, but now I've grown to love manual focusing. You really get full control of the focus, and you get to dial in what you want to focus on. Especially when you have a group of objects, you want to make sure you're focusing on what you want the viewer to focus on. Manual focusing is what I recommend. It does take a little bit longer because you really have to dial it in, but it makes the shot that much better. Another thing you'll notice on the video is I do a timer, and that is to prevent any shakes, any jitters. Only thing with the Sony camera that I have, it's a 10-second timer. I really wish it was like a 2 or 3. So you kind of just press the button and you just wait and wait and wait. And then it takes the picture, but it's all clean. There's no jitters, there's no shakes. Perfectos. And then you'll notice in the video too, I'll move around all these different objects. Don't be afraid of moving it around. Even if you have the setup done and you like the way it looks, don't be afraid of moving, you know, one to another to another. For me, when I was doing the cheesecakes, they're in these round jars, and I had the setup that I liked. However, you know, some colors clashed more with other colors, and maybe this side was too bright and there wasn't enough color here. Don't be afraid to change that up and really take your time with it. It'll make the photo a lot better. And you'll notice too that the editing style that I use in these photos, they're much different than the photos I usually post. And that's mainly because I want it to be as real as I can as far as the colors are concerned. I don't want someone ordering something, you know, they see how good it looks in the picture and then they order it and it's not the same thing. I know there have been times when I've looked at the picture and it looks beautiful and I order it and it looks completely different. So I kind of wanted it to be as natural as possible, but I still wanted to bring that pop. I didn't want to alter the colors too much, but I still wanted to add, you know, my flavor to it. So flavor, food flavor. So some of these photos required an extra hand, but just be mindful when you are using someone else to help that the shadows don't interfere with your photo. I noticed that I was running into that. I was having shadows in the photos, in the background especially. Luckily for me, for some of the photos, I knew that they wanted it cropped into a square because that's how Goldbelly usually posts their photos. It's in a square. So I knew that when I was framing my shot, I was focusing on the square to be the final product. So keep that in mind. And also don't be afraid in post to really take your time with these photos. One of them where the spoon was coming out of the jar, you'll see the hand. You'll also notice in the background that there was a shadow of the arm. So I'll show you the before and I'll show you the after. Now what I did, I used the mask tool and then I masked the whole background and then I darkened it. I put the exposure down. What that did too, since it darkened the background, it brightened up the foreground. So the cheesecake that you were looking at is a little bit brighter, or it seems brighter because the background is a lot darker, thus bringing the attention of the viewer's eyes to the actual product. Other than that, have fun with it. You know, take your time. This shoot actually took 2 days for me. I didn't anticipate it would take that long. However, there were just so many different ways I was placing the food and ideas we were coming up with that it needed that extra day, which was fine because I ended up with a lot more pictures. I ended up with a lot more products for them and just a variety. You know, they can pick and choose which they want, which is always good. All right, and now that you've made it this far, I'm gonna announce the giveaway for the Brevity backpack. This is the Brevity jumper backpack. This is the older version in pine green. I was doing a giveaway in my previous video where I show you what's in my camera bag. So today I'm gonna announce the winner. So the easy thing about this is I don't have much subscribers and there was only one person who commented on that previous video. To enter the giveaway, you would have to subscribe to my channel and then write a comment about how this backpack would be beneficial for you. Since only one person commented that video, it's going to that person, and that is Avaya. It's either Avaya FPV or Avaya FPV. Hopefully you enjoy this backpack with all your drones. You can put in here or whatever you want to do with it. Send me a message. Probably the easiest would be on Instagram at Drebuado. You can send me a message there and where to send this. All right, so that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Do whatever you want to do, but whatever you do, do good. I will see you on the next one. Peace.